Hey everybody, this is ShredKid here. I'm doing another one of my hero walkthrough videos. This one will be on Puck. So, Puck is, right now, he's like my hero of the week. I've been playing him a lot. He's been one of my most played heroes just over my course of my Dota career. And I feel like, again, like the other heroes that I've done so far, he's a fairly intricate hero. There's a lot of stuff you can do with him. There's many different ways you can go with item builds. Just all in all, I feel like for the most part, the way his skills work together is there are so many different ways you can kind of mesh them together and just be everywhere and never die that he's very complicated. So I'm going to be playing Puck this game. With me, you can see, are two of my friends. One of them goes by Cutie. He's our support player on our team. And the other one goes by Orphan. He's our carry player. So with all that said and done, I need to put this on free camera, fog both teams, and that should be good. So I'm going to be playing Puck this game. There's really three-ish ways you can lane Puck, and all of them are involving a solo. Solo mid, solo off lane, and solo safe lane. I'm going to be going solo mid because I really like it better. I'm just going to be honest here. But he is capable of solo offlaning. Don't expect him to get a fast dagger or anything. A lot of times when you put him as a solo offlaner, sometimes you'll see him get, tranquil boots, maybe even a soul ring, but preferably mana boots if you can. It's just so that you have some move speed and lane sustain to really just stay in that lane without getting pushed out of it. So, that's said and done. Let's take a look at who's going to be in this game. Huskar, Puck is fairly good against Huskar. You can burst him down. I think that's the reason why I chose Puck this game, because I know that this guy's a pretty good Huskar player. You can burst him down. Slark, Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker is not good because he can silence you. Slark is... I'm going to do a video on Slark. Don't worry about it, because right now he's one of my favorite heroes. I know everybody thinks of him as like a pub stomp hero. It's really bad, but I honestly think that he's like a B-tier hero who's situationally really, really good. And I honestly think he plays a lot like Puck in that you're really ultra mobile and you're super hard to pin down because you can, debuff stuns and leap and run away with invis and run fast. But that said and done, this video is not going to be about Slark. It's going to be about Puck. So I still haven't picked yet. Maybe I should have started this earlier into the replay, but we have a Keeper of the Light, so I'm not going to have to build any mana regen. I normally don't. I'll explain why later. We have a Storm, which is another mobility hero. That looks pretty good. And for the most part, we have, against me, there will be a Rubik, which will pose an issue. I'll go into that later. Pudge, which can pose an issue, but shouldn't. And Slark, which is, for the most part, you should really be fine against him. I still haven't picked my hero. I think that I was just, I don't really remember this game that well. I think I was just deciding who I wanted to go mid on. So, Puck. Let's see what I start doing right off the bat. So, I'm going to do my super generic fast bottle build. 1 healing salve, 1 tango, 3 branches. Here's why I do this. The 3 branches build into a wand and give you really good last hitting for really cheap. Oh god. I remember this. We all discovered the chat wheel and we were spamming it. Anyway. I wish I could meet that. The salve is so that if you get first blood ganked but survive on like 100 HP, you can actually salve up and live. And you don't have to go back to lane and miss a huge amount of experience. The tango is just a good way to mitigate harass. I'm going to go into... Oh my god. I think we're going to stop soon.
Middle is missing.
Okay, I think that stopped it. But Puck is a very good harasser, and I actually think that Puck is a viable mid laner now in terms of, well, more viable. She's very, I'm going to refer to Puck as she, because that's just how I think of Puck. She's very, very good at harassing people and outlast hitting them. You can trade harass now with people because of the free phase shift. Holy shit, we gotta stop sooner or later, right? Okay, so you can trade harass with people for free because of phase shift, and ultimately that lets you kind of dominate lanes. However, I don't feel like you spiral out of control enough for it to be like a real A-tier mid-hero. So, I'm going to have Huskar mid. This means I will be trading harass with him a lot, hopefully. Huskar, every time he tries to Burning Spears me, I should just dodge it. Yeah, and I start right now. Now, if you take a look, phase shift is free. It no longer costs mana, which means if you're not in the very early laning stages and you're not expecting a gank from like a Sven or VS or anything that can really hurt you, you should spam it every single time they try to hit you. And what you can do with that is you can push up, see how I'm pushing up to hit him and then I just dodge it? Normally I wouldn't have pushed up that far to hit him because I would have taken damage for it, and it wouldn't have been worth it. But with Puck, it is. You have to harass so freaking much on her. Let's see if I can just try to CS. And the base damage is pretty good. 57 base damage with 3 branches at level 2. It's not bad at all. I'm just going to try to use my orb a little bit because I didn't think that I would get that last hit. And yeah, just dodging it with phase shift. Burning Spheres does kind of suck because you are going to take a lot of damage. And yeah, I missed a phase shift there, so I'm bad. And then I took another one because I used the phase shift. You always have to be wary of the cooldown on phase shift. Always. So, I'm going to continue to harass him. Back up. I'll probably salve. I realized that if I could burn his salve, he's not going to get a... Ooh, I got a salve. He is not going to get a bottle, and I will, which means I'll be able to out-regen him. I phase shifted there to preserve the salve. Anyway, I almost have my bottle. It's going to be really late this game. I only have 3 CS. Like, that's really bad, but it's because I've been focusing on pushing him out of lane. I realize that if I try to go just toe-to-toe with him on CS and don't really focus that much on harass, it's not going to work out that great. He'll eventually start taking over. But if I try to push him out of game, or push him out of lane, what I can actually start doing is once I get my bottle, I can control all the runes with nukes, because he won't ever want to get them. And, oh, I'm going to go on him. Okay. I think I get away. No, I'm gonna die. Here's exactly what happened there. 1, I saw he was low. I had level 3. I nuked him. So I orbed in. I hit him, jumped to my orb. Wait, let me get this straight in my head. I hit him, phase shifted one of the attacks early. And then he was going to attack me once more, and that would have killed me, but I didn't have phase shift, so what I did was I jumped to my orb over there, and then I auto-attacked him, and that killed him. And then I died because of the tower. But, anyway, all that said and done, I'm going to get first blood and my bottle, and at this point, I'm going to just try to start pushing him back. So I'm going to hit him with 1 orb. I'm actually going to lose the harass battle there, because I got a little bit too aggressive because he had high ground. But, once I get level 5, I can really start nuking the creep waves down. See? He's fast. He got boots, which is smart. Huskar with boots is really good, especially against Puck, because it means that you can't phase shift. Like, if you phase shift one and then back up, it's going to hurt, because he's going to get more on you. So I'm continuing to try to hurt him. I didn't phase shift the non-fire one, because it doesn't hurt that much. I'm just trying to play with him. It's really iffy on exactly how you have to stand against the Huskar, especially when he's faster than me, which is a big, big issue. Let's take a look at what the rune is. It's going to be a haste. I'm not going to get that, almost certainly. I see that he's going to go get it. Yeah, so I'm just going to back up and go back to CSing. What I'll try to do probably right now is pull my wave back. Let's see. No, I'm actually trying to push the wave up, and the reason I'm doing this is because I want the tower to take down my creeps so that he'll miss all of the creeps while he went away. That's why I'm pushing this up right now. Again, we're not really at super Puck-specific stuff right now, but he's going to have missed 2 creeps already, so that's like missing like 4 experience, like 4 creeps worth of experience. 4 denies is what I'm trying to say. And he's going on me. I gotta back up. I'll probably phase shift sooner or later. Nope, didn't have time for it to get up again, but he's very low because of that. And I have a nuke, so let's see if I can get him. I think what I'm going to do... Oh yeah, I remember this engage. I phase shift the first one, and then I realized he's going to... Yeah. I realized that he was going to try to juke me by going up, so I just took a guess and shot it up. Worst case scenario, it doesn't hit, and I can orb to it and run away. Best case scenario, it does hit, and I just leave. It was just a guess. I got lucky. But, I'm going to have boots, wand, and bottle. This is... And a TP, hopefully. I'll buy one, like, right now. But that's, like, the ultra bare bones minimum core on Puck. The boots are obviously needed. I know you're super mobile, but you do need boots. And at least before you have all your crazy items that you're going to get. And, I am also going to get probably a... Well, like I said, probably a TP. Puck's strength comes in counter ganks from TPs. Anyway, I'm going to talk about this. I realized, that again, because he's faster than me and I don't have my boots yet, I didn't want to phase shift the first one, because then he could just push up and hit me more. I wanted to phase shift the second one under the tower, so that he couldn't hit me more. Basically, I saved myself from getting one hit by choosing to phase shift the second one than the first one. So, I'm fairly low. I really need a rune. If I don't get the next rune, I'm definitely going to bottle crow. Yeah, he kind of juked me out there, made me waste a phase shift. Anyway. Now, it's important to note that at level 1, phase shift is duration 0.75 seconds. That's not a lot. Anyway, it looks like we're going to try to gank this guy.
Hey, Mia.
We probably didn't need to gank him. Or I probably didn't need to ult, is what I'm trying to say.
Last move.
But I just wanted him to be held in place so that Storm didn't miss a zip. Because if Storm missed a zip, Storm would have come knit and used all his mana for nothing. So I am going to get a rune now. I actually have the courier brought stuff to me. I think it was active before. Yeah, so the courier brought me all my stuff, and I'll be ready to go. I'm probably just going to keep CSing. Now, Puck isn't really a great ganker without runes. If your ult's up, yeah, great. Go nuts. Go bananas. But if your ult isn't up, it can be iffy. Uphill miss. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm going to Bottle Crow. I realized that rune wasn't going to give me enough regen, so I'm just going to Bottle Crow, put it on the Crow, send it back, and send it back to me. This is something I do a lot. I know it's a stereotype. It's like you only do it if you're losing your lane. But I feel like if you just do it when you need mana, and nobody else really seriously needs the courier, it's a really good way to keep control over your lane. So, let's look at my skill build, because I didn't talk about this at all. This is while we're paused. I think it's a good way to do it. It's a good time to do it. So, level 1, you either always get Illusory or Phase Shift. Illusory is good for early CSing if you're doing a bottle rush, or if you're offlane, it lets you run away. Phase Shift can be good. I probably held the point. Phase Shift can be good if you need to dodge something. Like if someone comes up to you and gets out of invis, tries to stun you, and they'd be able to combo you down just by chaining it. What you do is you hold the point until you need it, and then when people show in lane, then you skill the Phase Shift. Okay. You pretty much always max Illusory Orb, simply because that is your source of damage. Much easier to hit people with that than your Waning Rift. Anyway, only 1 point in Phase Shift is necessary until both of your nukes are maxed, and of course ult at 6. You can do a really weird build, like if you're going to be crazy under-leveled for whatever weird situation, you can max Waning Rift over your Illusory Orb, but for the most part, actually I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I needed to do that, but people have told me that they were, so I'll take their word for it. So, I'm going to be trying to get the next bottle. Let's take a look at my CS. It's bad. I have 24 CS. It's going to be hard to last hit against the Huskar just because he has more damage than me, but like I said, I just tried to poke at him and CS with my, at this point, CS with my nukes. Here is exactly what I did there, and it was risky, but I thought I could get away with it. I knew that there was a regen rune top, so what I did was went in, used both my nukes on him, and then backed up. I'll probably use one more nuke on him, and then pop the regen rune.
Gather round.
Oh, I'm going to ult him. Okay, I'm going to get slept, so I'm going to try to get away as soon as I can, because Bane is terrible for me. My friends are going to die. I'm going to pop the regen rune from out of vision, but I have my nukes up and ready to go, so I think I should orb in. Yeah, it's best to... Okay. I'm going to get 1 kill. I should be able to pick him off. Yes, the autos are going to get him. And let's watch me if I get hooked or not. I don't think I will. It's very important for when you don't have your mobility items yet to be able to launch your nukes from fog like I did. I shot it from here so that it came out over there so that they didn't have time to dodge it. And then you jaunt to it. I think it's called Ethereal Jaunt, yeah. And then basically silence them, and it works pretty well. Silence it didn't deal that much damage at that point, but it was enough. Yeah, and at that point, I'm harassing him with my silence because I realized he's pretty low, and if I can actually force him to go back to base, I didn't check his item and realize that he had a salve. So it was a bad decision. But I thought I could just push him back to base because of that, and, you know, get some map control for us. So, I almost have my dagger. But it looks like I'm going to gank bot first. This is me making a pub decision, in that I want to go kill people. It would be smarter for me to farm for my dagger right now, but I want to kill people, so I'm going to go try to do it. Ultimate is almost going to be up, and then I realize Bane is coming at me, and that's scary, and that means I definitely have wards. So, Bane is terrifying as Puck, because Puck, like, it's one of your hardest matchups. Not matchups, but hardest counters. I don't like that word, but basically what happens is, if you get gripped or if you get slept, you die. Puck's all about never getting hit ever with anything, because you're just so mobile. And Bane's about holding someone in place for a long time. You realize where the conflict of interest lies. So, I'm going to orb because I want to get all these CS and try to push up for the rune, wherever it is. It's going to be bot. I think I have vision of it, and I'm going to try to engage Huskar for it. I'm willing to use my ult so that he doesn't get this, because if he gets this, he can kill all my friends' bot. So I'm going to get it. I don't want to use it, and then I realize that I have to. So, I'm going to use it. Probably use all the bottle hits, and then bottle crow, because it still won't be enough. Let's see if I do. Yep. So use all the bottle hits. You can do this right after you get a rune. You get a rune, use all of the bottle that you get, and then bottle crow. Especially if you time with, like what you should aim to do is time the courier so it gets to you when you'll just be getting the rune. So I'm gonna open up, dodge the hook. I'm going to try to get a ult. I get an ult up on 2 people. Jaunt ahead of them. It's important to jaunt ahead so you can get the kills. There's no way we're gonna be able to get him. I phase shift there because I really didn't want to get hooked and killed. And I'm just going to try to auto him with daggers. So, let's talk item build. We are going to notice that I just legitimately rushed dagger this game. First item, I do this in almost all of my puck games. Wand, boots, dagger. I feel as if it is so very good on him that there's no reason to get other stuff. Now, let me talk about boots on puck. I'll talk about other stuff that you can maybe get before dagger. Most of the time, it's upgrading boots. Some people like mana boots on him. As you've noticed, almost all of my mana is coming from runes, and I don't have really any mana regen, which kind of sucks. But I try to be smart. I'm going to phase shift because I did not want to get gripped, and I'm going to silence him immediately because, again, I don't want to get gripped. And then I end up getting dripped. So, we're lucky that Pudge wasn't on me, but I'm in big trouble, and grip takes your mana, too. So at this point, I'm going to back up. I'm probably going to try to wand and maybe blink in and nuke. Ha! Our key for the light gave it to the range fit. And at this point, I realize there's nothing I can do. They're all too far back. It's going to be scary if I try to go in. So I should go back to base or get a rune. Oh, regen rune. Lucky me. But I realize that we cannot continue fighting bot, and we're going to have to go mid. So, I wanted to talk about item choices. Mana boots are appropriate if your team really needs the mana, but it means that you won't be able... Oh! I'm going to open with ultimate, silence him immediately, orb, get ahead of him, and then phase shift in the middle, jaunt to the orb, and now I'm just going to try to auto-attack him. I'm going to explain why I did all that later, because it happened very fast. More auto-attacks, phase shift, because I didn't want to get thrown, and then I'm going to orb. Here's exactly what I did there. I'm going to break it down. I opened with the ultimate so that I could catch up to him and hold him in place. He wouldn't be able to run very far. 2, I silenced him immediately. That's so that he couldn't pick me up in the middle of the combo and just disrupt my entire killing process. That's why I ulted first. I ult, get on top of him, silence him so that he cannot stop me. At that point, I'm going to phase shift, I'm going to orb, but I sent the orb ahead of him over here, right, so that I could jaunt to it and be ahead of him when just auto-attack him down when he's on the retreat. And finally, I phase shifted. Now, where am I? Am I doing something important? I'm about to do something important. I'll explain that a little bit later. Orb's going to miss. This could get ugly. Let's just try to auto him down, because I don't really have that many nukes. Yeah, silence is the big one, because I didn't want him to be able to turn on any spells. Yeah, I didn't know if his heal was ready or not. Anyway, silence is also more likely to hit if you just blink in silence. But at the end of the combo mid, I phase shifted, and that's so that Rubik can't steal any of my important spells, because if he gets any of them, especially the Illusory Orb, my combo ends. So I had to phase shift so that he couldn't steal it, and you notice he stole a spell and used it immediately. It ended up being the phase shift, and it didn't help him, so that's why I did that. Also, I wanted to point out, I got 2 points in phase shift before I got the second point in my ult. That is because when I was playing, I used the ultimate, and then I immediately hit level 11, but I was in the middle of a fight when I would hit level 11. So I just skilled the phase shift, because I realized by the time my ultimate would be up again, I'd be level 12 anyway and be able to skill the next point in. So I think it was a good decision. I immediately phase shift the hook, silence, orb. I missed the ult on both of them. I'm probably about to do something stupid here. I can already tell. I'm feeling it. I'm going to do something dumb. Nope, I don't think I will. Good. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm just gonna feed. This is a pub decision. I wouldn't have done this in an actual game, but I tried to outplay the dude, and it did not work. Now, I want to point out something important. I did phase shift the his nuke, but you cannot phase shift dagger with rank 3 in phase shift. You need rank 4. Here is why. Duration only exceeds 3 seconds when I bought back, probably because wanted to go kill someone. Yeah, I wanted to go kill top, but then I realized my TP was on cooldown, so I made a mistake. So I'm just running top. But phase shift is only above 3 seconds, which is a disabled time for dagger, at rank 4. So you can phase shift, and you can always dagger out of it at rank 4 phase shift. So let's take a look at the items that I'm going for. I do this Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about early items first. Some people like treads before dagger. I don't. Like they feel like the tread switching helps with bottling. It gives you more effective mana, and it's just nice last hit damage. It's good. I don't like it anymore, especially with the decrease on the MS on treads. I don't think it's worth it. Um, a lot of people in America, at least, like to get phase drum on him. Now, I'm not sure how much that's actually good on him versus how much it's North American players set in the North American metagame, phase drum on every hero. But here's what it does offer. It gives you a lot of auto attackingness. The phase drum obviously gives you a ton of move speed to run around. So it's kind of like a quote replacement for your dagger, unquote, because you're not going to really seriously be able to get a dagger up fast with that. It's more of like I honestly think it's not as good because you shouldn't ever be getting caught as Puck anyway once you have a dagger. Once you have dagger, you shouldn't get caught. And the phase drum, the point of that is to not get caught. I'm going to come up behind him and instantly kill him, orb to it, and try to silence. I tried to stop the Pudge because I wanted to save our Disruptor. We didn't need to ult to kill him, but it saved the Disruptor, and I thought it was worth it. So, like I said, phase drum is like a way to not get caught, but you shouldn't get caught on Puck anyway, so I don't think it's good. Also, people are like, yeah, it gives auto attack damage, and it does. It turns you into a pretty nice auto attacker, but Puck is a great auto attacker without any plus damage items, and here's why. Puck should always be in the right place. If you have dagger and force and orb, you should always be in the right place to be able to constantly be auto attacking the people who are low. So in that sense, I think it makes sure you're going to be hitting for less a swing. Excuse me, but you're going to constantly be hitting the people who matter. And I'm going to get out immediately. So, let's talk about items really quick. Oh, I'm coming top because these guys are getting messed up. I use both of my nukes on him. Yes. It's important to note that when a Huskar is going, you have to wait until he's very low to use both of your nukes. Otherwise, he's just going to keep healing through it. It's like you got to burst him down. So I do have my Force Staff. I do have my dagger. Now, oh yeah, I also have level 14, which is super important on Puck. More so than level 16. Most heroes are like, you get to level 16. Puck, it's like, no, you get to level 14. Now, I'm going for the Force Staff. This means that, A, I can be anywhere at any point in an engage. I can just be anywhere in the engage whenever I want. This means that I can nuke the people who are important. It means I can be far more aggressive with my nukes and who I go for and, who I try to bring down in general, because I will always have an escape route. And I'll get to the escape routes thing later. I'm not quite there yet. We'll start once I get into it. But let's take a look at my items. I do not have mana boots. I feel as if without Keeper of the Light on the team, it's not necessary. And even if there wasn't, I wouldn't have gotten them. Here is why. I do not feel as if Puck needs mana boots, especially with the mana boot increase. Oh, I'm going to go. I'll talk about this later. Phase shift because I didn't want to get hooked, and then he comes out of invis, and I'm immediately going to get out. I say, no way. I'm going to hide. I might orb to it. I won't because I realize it's not safe. I'm probably just going to run away. All in all, not a great engage, but I don't know if I would have done anything differently. Oh man, I'm fighting so much. I want to talk about item choices. So, I blink in, I orb to get onto the high ground. It's important to stay on the high ground. I silence him so he can't get away. Now that I am on the high ground, I can Force Staff myself forward, which I probably will do. I guess wrong. What am I doing? I think I might have lagged out there. I'm not sure what happened. So, I wouldn't have built mana boots, especially with the cooldown, because it's not anywhere near enough. Power treads, I feel, if you don't get them before dagger, they're kind of useless because they put back your big items, like Force Staff or whatever. Ha! I'll save them.
Thanks for that.
But, and I don't feel Tranquils are necessary at all, and BOT not necessary. Just carry a TP scroll. Anyway, let's check out what I did there. I was pretty close to him, so I orbed him. I got close enough to him, so I knew the orb would hit. I jaunted to the orb and silenced, and now I'm on top of someone, and I have dagger and Force Staff up. So even if they run away, I will catch them. That's kind of what makes it nice. Again, just this dagger Force Staff. I like these two items on a lot of spell-based, positionally based ganking heroes, such as Zeus or whatever. But I feel as if on Puck, they're just amazing. I'm gonna silence her, try to get her. Yeah, I'm gonna ult her, or ult the Bane just because I wanted him to die. We would not have been able to kill him without it. This time we send the Huskar back, and that's good.
As if I wasn't.
So, I think I talked about boots. Small items, there aren't really any small items that aren't dagger or force that really seriously help you. Drum isn't great, metal isn't great, urn isn't great, you should just bottle, right? I might force staff him to save him, but I don't need to.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So, now we're getting into the big items on Puck. This is where you start having to make decisions. Because for me, this is my core. I have my bare bones core, you know, with the boots bottle. This is my core, the force staff and the dagger. So it means that I should be able to do whatever I want in fight. So, I didn't phase shift his, I'll explain this later. I'm going to try to nuke him as he gets low. I'm going to come in, he's going to armlet, so I'm going to armlet. I shift Q a dagger so that I don't get hit by him, and he just messes up his armlet. But what I was going to do there was, I was just going to kite that guy around forever until my ultimate was up, and then I could kill him. Because I could use both the nukes, the Illusory Orb and the Silence, and then the Dream Coil, and the Dream Coil would stun him so that he couldn't be able to armlet toggle. So, big items on Puck. Let's talk big items. Necrobook, amazing. One of Puck's issues is that she lacks killing power, or tower killing power. She's great for breaking tier 3, simply because you can initiate with 0 risk to yourself. But the Necrobook really helps with that, and it gives you a lot of DPS. If your team lacks DPS, that is the way that you can go a lot of the time. Hex can be a first big item after this. I don't think I need to explain it. Mana regen gives Puck everything she wants in terms of mana regen, and obviously, Hex is an amazing spell. You don't really benefit from the stats, though, but oh well. What else is really good? Eul's is amazing. I think I actually remember building it this game, so I'm going to talk about that.
I'm over here.
I'm going to open. Now, okay. Watch the combo. I blink, stun them immediately with Dream Coil. While they're stunned, I have time to silence them.
Over here.
Now I can go to work. I Illusory Orb out of the fight, and I try to get onto the high ground behind them, where it's safe and they can't hit me. So they either have to choose for A, hitting me and not any of my team, or B, hitting my team and I'm just smacking on them from the high ground. So basically you blink in, or at least this time I blinked in, ult, silence, so now they can't do anything. They're all trapped, and I get onto the high ground with the Illusory Orb. And now my I still have Force Staff up, and I'm good to go, all while auto-attacking them. I blink. I think maybe... I tried to save Disruptor, but I couldn't. Oh well. So I mentioned why Necrobook's really, really good. It also, if people are in the coil, they can just have to fight the Necrobook units. They can't not fight them, and it hurts them so much. It's a really big deal. I like to do it against, for the most part, people like Skeleton King, but it's not like I do it to counter a hero. I more do it to counter a weakness in our team's lineup. So, I do have Eul's now. I got a Eul Scepter. Here's what this allows you to do, and I guarantee we'll see me do it this game. Let's say you go balls to the wall, crazy, out of control, into 5 people, and you use both your dagger and your Force Staff and your orb to get there. Normally it's like, well, you're dead. Not with this. Let's say your phase shift is even on cooldown because you used it to dodge stuff. You Eul's yourself. You get sent into the ground, sent into the whatever for 2.5 seconds. 95% of the time, this is enough time to get your phase shift up. So you cannot shift Q a phase shift after Eul's. Don't even try it because it doesn't work. Maybe I'm horrible and messed it up the last 5 times I tried to do it, but I don't think it works. So don't shift Q the phase shift. All you have to do is just instantly mash it. I'll talk more about the technical side of Puck once I start getting more technical. Follow him with the Illusory Orb. I'm going to blink after him, and I get him with the auto. But Eul's gives you the mana regen you need. It lets you take out big targets of the fight, like Bane, like Huskar. But the biggest thing is that it lets you also Eul's yourself. Basically, Puck's all about controlling your position and messing up the enemies. And Eul's is just another way to do that. And it also gives you the mana regen. I think we're opening, so let's see if I go in. Where am I? Force Staff up, blink up. I'm probably going to orb next. Maybe. I should orb. Maybe. No, he got you. I Eul's him in the air so that the rest of my team could catch him. We push up. I follow, again, behind them with Jaunt. I phase shift because Bane starts looking at me, and it looks like it's going to grip me, and I don't want that. So, I blink out because I don't want to get hurt. Every time that Bane looks at me and starts his animation, you'll see me phase shift. Every time. I'm going to silence the Slark because I don't want him to die, and then I realize I can't engage him, so I'm going to orb behind him, get some damage on him, and back out. Where did I orb to? Anyway. Every time he looks at me, I phase shift. Every time. Because, again, if you get gripped or slept, you die. So maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit, and if this dude was really super